This video right here is very important. Very, 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 very important. Because you guys don't understand the way that air works. Y'all just don't really understand the way that air works. Air is you. Air is your consciousness. Air is like when you breathe it in, it's just like water. It becomes you. It's just another element that you are. Like, same thing with fire and heat. Like that's why you hot, because you are something bigger that other things are living inside of you. Like, just you alone, just sitting there and you just boiling. Like, you so big, you don't understand how hot you are. But just like the galaxy that you see out there, you got things happening within you. Same thing, like cell splitting is like a star basically splitting. It's the same thing. You guys don't understand what air really is. When that air is on the beach and it hits your face, you can feel it. You might not really be able to see it, but you can feel it. The way you feel air is you gotta sense it. That's not that hard to do. Because you have a nervous system. Your nervous system lets you know what you're feeling. But at the end of the day, you gotta learn how magic works. Like the guy on the Matrix said, are you really breathing air? Or is it just consciousness? Because consciousness seems to be something that kind of knows what's going on. You get it? Air kind of knows. It flows in and out of each and one of you. Air. I would think that air was like one of the nosiest elements. That's how I feel. I feel like air is the most nosiest element because it wants to be inside of everybody. It wants to go. It don't even want to let y'all be here without it. Air is very important in the old African religions and voodoo, and you got a pentagram, spirit, earth, fire, and so on. Water, electricity, which is really spirit. You got air, fire, water, earth, electricity, energy, spirit. Water, it keeps you alive. Water and electricity and fire is what you're made of. Water, electricity, fire, and air, and energy is what you're made of. Water, electricity, fire, and air is what you're made of. All together, that's what the people who made you out of. Air is everything. When you breathe, that's how you get your thoughts. You kind of channeling in. Like, your brain is kind of like a magnet. It's just picking up all the thoughts of everything that ever been there. See, y'all don't sit in a dark room and just think. Y'all don't know what it's like. If you was to sit inside of a dark room for 30 days straight, you wouldn't know what regular life was no more. You wouldn't understand what regular life was no more. Now, you see all the tall buildings in New York City. You see them. You see the warm lights coming through the windows in the very tall buildings. But the very tall buildings don't really got that many people in it. Those tall buildings don't have to be ran by people. Those buildings are for the other people that y'all don't get to see. That's behind the scenes. Like I said, after the cops, there's really no one else there. Everything else is just subconscious. We only got a few extraterrestrial that actually come visit this earth. And y'all know they come. The thing is they come and they look like y'all. They know how to blend in. Aliens know how to blend in and look like y'all. So you could be talking to one right at your mailbox and you wouldn't know the difference. But what do you think the FBI and the CIA and all of that is? Those is government. But those are above the government. They're really above the government. That's why y'all don't understand why all of these buildings, the ones in LA, the ones in New York, any city that got tall buildings, believe me, those buildings ain't for y'all. That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. Those buildings ain't for y'all. Now, your phone, y'all don't understand in this part of the galaxy right now, the way y'all are on the clock, y'all use phones. Phones is so old that, like, yeah, it's a step above a bird sending a message, like sending an owl with a letter miles and miles and miles away to the next couple of cities over to deliver a message. Yeah, a phone is better than that, but a phone is nothing compared to what we could have. Like, y'all seen a lot of stuff when y'all was younger, like the movie Total Recall and Star Trek and Star Wars. Y'all see how they move around. We would be able to move around out there. We could actually take our supplies of oxygen and there's ingredients in space to make oxygen. Kind of like how inside the earth, you guys can make fire, you guys can make electricity. You could even trap water in certain ways with steam. But everybody wants to talk about how they're the wisest person in the world. But I never hear them talk about how this life that we live in right now is not real. It's a simulation. Everything is simulated. Everything is numbers. Everything from the grass to the leaves to the trees to the mountains. Everything is a certain number pattern. And the way your eyes pick up that is just a certain kind of gift you guys was born into this dimension to have. You guys gotta understand what magic really is. Y'all don't understand that the things that y'all do every day is magic. You speaking is magic. You having a different voice from everybody else is magic. How do all of y'all have different voices? Some of y'all sure. Some of y'all, every once in a while, you'll find that sound the same. But in this life, we all got our own talents. We all got our own things. And we all can't do all of our talents that we want to do until we get a certain amount of people to understand what they are. That's part of our job. Now, like I said, your phone is a portal. Like, somebody could ruin your whole day just by calling you. You can send messages through it. You can speak to each other face to face on a phone screen. That is a portal. That is a portal. That is a portal. You guys have been born into this, so y'all don't understand, because y'all don't know how to astral project back in the time and forward in the time. That's why none of this technology would even impress me, because when I astral project, I could see it all. It's a lot of things that have been around since the episode Star Trek hit TV. That's an 80s show. See, you guys pay attention to too much negative shit. Y'all like Freddy Krueger. Y'all like Chucky. Y'all don't like the people that's actually smart, like Albert Einstein, Tesla. Y'all don't like. Right now, it's not cool to be a nerd. Well, this spiritual shit is not about being a nerd. It's about learning that everything that you're going through, everything that you're working hard for, is meant to be taken away from you. This is not me being evil. This is just the way life goes. You gotta decide who you want to leave that stuff to. Now, some of us, we want to live on a mountaintop on the side of a cliff with a lot of water down there in a big mansion. So we can see the moon by the water. Because some of us is spiritual. It's not about money. I don't mind if my house look like Dracula's house. I don't mind if it look like Shaquille O'Neal's house. I don't mind if it looks like Master P's house. At the end of the day, we all got a purpose and a job to fulfill. We all came here as a slave. We all came here with nothing. We all came here to earn something. And we all came here to leave with nothing. Y'all gotta listen to the voice of the devil. These ceremonies that I bring to you usually is a ritual with a candle lit. You gotta understand what magic really is. Just you breathing is magic. The air knows what everybody's doing all at one time because y'all breathing him. See, he's one energy, the air, that's him. He was here before all of y'all. He was chilling with the water and the sun. He been here. Y'all gotta learn to respect him. Learn to respect the air that y'all breathe. Because some of y'all forgot that y'all breathing it. And that's what makes it fake. That's what makes the air fake, when you don't know that you're breathing it. You think you're just alive, just sitting there. But how do your body does all of this magic on its own? It keeps itself regulated to a certain temperature, like cars do, so it don't overheat. Cells are splitting every second, coming and dying, coming and going, to keep all your skin fresh, to keep all your flesh on your bones fresh. Nothing in nobody's body is even. Every woman has one titty that's bigger, one ass cheek that's bigger. You just might not be able to tell. Everybody, look in the mirror, look at your face. Everybody has one side of their face that's smaller than the other, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Your face is perfect. It's not crooked. It's not. Your face is carved perfectly. This is how humans was made. Even the devil's face was like that. Even the angels that protect you in the other dimension right now, faces like that. Go look at any celebrity. It don't matter if they get surgery or not. You'll see what I'm talking about if your third eye's open. Nobody's face is exactly even. Like, it's easy to learn how to become a voodoo priest when it's in your blood. But I'm not asking a bunch of people to follow me. I'm just finding those people who are chosen. Everything that happens for a reason, there's no coincidences, and God is very good. You guys are still wasting your time praying instead of writing the prayer in stone. Just write it in stone. You was given the same powers as the ones over you. You gotta work with them. You gotta love them. You can't forget your ancestors. When you smoke that weed, you cannot forget your ancestors. Because when you smoke that weed, they will come to your frequency as you smoke it. The dirt that was used, believe me, their bones was in it. You're smoking your ancestors when you smoke weed. That's what you have to understand. And that's why you get so close to being to the spiritual world. Death is always there. But God is just giving y'all time because y'all deserve it. Everything that's going on outside of this universe and everything that's going on outside of this galaxy that you can't see that's happening right in front of you, you're so small that the lifetime that you live, the same way a cell inside of you lives, it thinks it's living a certain lifespan. Like you think you're living a certain lifespan. But the war that's going on up there, the whole time this earth is here, we won't even see it a swing. It takes one swing up there and we can't even see him do it. The whole lifetime of this earth will be gone before that war is done up there. That's why it's important for y'all to change this part of the galaxy so bad. It's like the part of the galaxy that's so far away that it needs to be noticed. It needs to be noticed. It needs to be noticed. It's like having a grain of sand on your fingernail or a grain of sand on the end of your finger and putting it towards the ocean and looking at it and just thinking like, this grain of sand will never be found again if I put this in that water. Not only that, look at that grain of sand and just say, what if this grain of sand was next to a quasar star? If this grain of sand was next to a quasar star, this grain of sand would now have entered basically a black hole. This would now not exist anymore. Because the fabric around the power that a super quasar has, a super quasar is extremely plasma. A quasar is plasma. Y'all sun is weak. Y'all sun is only weak compared to that. Because the size of a quasar compared to our sun would be like a grain of sand compared to our sun. And the math wouldn't even add up. But I'm just trying to give you a good idea of the size. Like it wouldn't exist on the same level. Kind of like your cells are grouped up in certain neighborhoods in your body, like your stomach, your liver, your lungs. Those cells are all grouped up like a family, working together to keep that one organ going. All those organs keep your whole body going. And then on top of it, you have bones all through the meat. And then you have a nervous system all through the meat. And then you have a soul and a spirit all through the flesh.